The conspiracy theory is that Jeffrey Epstein was just some weirdo who was good at running numbers. Now the proof is that he was clearly running some type of large-scale industrial op for foreign intelligence, right? Am I going crazy, Viva, or no?
No, I think people are going to accuse me of trying to defend Israel here, which I'm not. I say it's not only Israel; it's all intelligence. I mean, once he's being used by the CIA, because he's being used by the CIA, and this is something that people don't talk about. Everybody wants the files going after the FBI. The CIA might be where you go to get the documents on Jeffrey Epstein. He was working with, if not with intelligence. Quite clearly, he was working with intelligence, and the only question is who he was blackmailing. People say it's a conspiracy theory. There's literal, black and white evidence that he was trying to blackmail Bill Gates. And you say, well, not for intelligence. Who the hell? You keep moving these goalposts, not you, but the world. He was running a blackmail operation. He was obviously getting his own sexual perversions off at the same time. And it's not clear who was using who. Is he blackmailing others? Was the CIA using him to blackmail others? And this is where it gets dark. For the purposes of, the American administration, if the CIA was knowingly using someone who they knew was a pedophile, sexually abusing children, and they were using him for intelligence purposes, I mean, that might be just as embarrassing as the CIA selling crack to the black community in Los Angeles and destroying a generation of men and families. So that might be the national security issue, the national embarrassment issue, that the CIA was using a pedophile for their own nefarious purposes. But sunlight is the greatest disinfectant. This is going to come out, but it does go back to the old intelligence trope that you can't control what people know. You can just control when they learn it. And so wait enough, long enough period of time. The guilty people die, the rage dies out, and then you disclose the information, bit by bit, drop by drop. But it's wild. I mean, Epstein's connection to Ehud Barak, documented. That Ehud Barak invested millions in whatever company Epstein was working with. I think it was with his sister. I might get some of those details wrong, which had to do with like geo-tracking and video content. And Ehud Barak visiting him, I don't know, whatever, a dozen times after it's known that he's a convicted sex offender. And Ehud Barak's explanation as a former prime minister of Israel is, I didn't know. Like, they don't do background checks on everybody and anybody who comes in contact with a former prime minister of Israel and an investor in his company. I mean, it's known. It's black and white. Anybody who denies it is living, a pipe dream. But why this administration was so reluctant to follow through on, it might not have been a core promise of the campaign, but it certainly was a key issue of it, both in 2016 and 2024. Why they blundered this so badly. You can blame Trump for taking bad advice from people, but it was clearly the result of bad advice and some bad judgment.
I cannot agree more.